What is going on, Washington football addicts, Washington football nation, coming to you live
Heard that.
and direct. Thursday,
Thursday,
December
Monday.
30th, man. Damn.
Yeah. Happy New Year if I don't get to see y'all
Yeah,
between now
Happy
and
New
then.
Year, Merry Christmas. It's crazy that 2021 is coming to a close, isn't it?
Right. It is. Insane. Went by fast.
Man, insane. But it's been a fun year, you know. Maybe as we get closer, we can do a year-end wrap up, recap, whatever.
Right on.
You know what I'm saying? Anyways, we're here to talk about Philly in Washington on Sunday at 1 o'clock. Two teams that are kind of drifting in opposite directions. If you think about it, if you want to be real about it, Philly is kind of on the upper trend. We're kind of on a downward trend given the recent light of events, and particularly in the last three games, facing Dallas, facing the Eagles once, Dallas twice. It's been a long, bumpy road. Ever since that winning streak ended, it's been a long, bumpy road. After that Vegas win on December 5th, man, Dallas came to DC. I was at that game with Phil, and they beat up on us pretty bad. Philly, we went to the Link and lost 27-17 with a bunch of nobodies, with Garrett Gilbert at the helm, and then the Dallas at Dallas, and we get that blowout 56-14. So on to Philly. Philly's coming to FedEx Field here on Sunday at 1 o'clock. It's going to be an interesting game to say the least. Philly's fighting for their their lives, trying to get into the playoffs.
Right.
Vegas has them right now as a 3-point spread, which is crazy. 3 points. I don't get it because it's in FedEx Field. So it's a pick 'em, which I don't understand how they don't have faith in Philadelphia. They really don't right now. But Philly's on a 3-game winning streak, just kind of like we did. They beat. Well, I mean, they didn't have much competition. They beat the Jets.
I think maybe Philly has some some injuries also, and we're getting some guys back for this game. So this game we should be a lot more healthy than we've been versus the last 3 games. I guess.
Comparatively, but it's still
Right.
it's still not good.
Yeah, we're still messed up.
Philly played the Jets December 5th. That was the weekend we played Vegas, and they had a bye, which is crazy. Week 14 bye. That's insane, man. And
then
they
played a whole depleted Washington team.
Yes, on the 21st. So, followed up by the Giants 34-10, and here they are back with us. And they finished up the season with Dallas. So it's going to
have that game, and Dallas might have to have that game to get a first round bye.
So they're fighting Green Bay for the first round bye.
Yeah.
So Dallas is sitting at 11-4. Green Bay's sitting at 12-3. So they're only 1 game behind.
Who they have? The Giants and the Eagles? Who they play?
Who? Us?
Cowboys.
Cowboys has Arizona this weekend, and then they finish up with Philadelphia. So
Arizona has to win, and Philly will have to win.
Very complicated. Yeah. Thomas Millen, Happy New Year. Welcome. Appreciate you, bro. Aaron Scherer, the team is so bad they will make the playoffs only to hurt themselves in the draft position. There's a group of people who kind of thought that last year. There's 2 schools of thoughts. It's like just win.
I want to win.
Or draft position.
You know
what? I'm not going to get mad at you either way. Nobody's right. Nobody's wrong.
And people have failed at the beginning of the draft, and people have won at the end of the draft, just as equal, man. So there's just a chance of the first guy in the draft being great as the 10th, 12th, 17th, or 20th guy being great, man. Yeah. So I'm going to go with winning.
Yep. And Aaron, hold that thought on Payne. We're going to talk about Daron Payne in just a second here. But, just kicking it off, let's start with the injury report. So there's been, like Dev was saying, there's been some injuries. For the most part, Philadelphia is rather healthy. I hate to say it. They're a lot more healthier than we are holistically. But let's just start with the Washington injuries. So for now, you can see these are all the Washington players who did not practice on Thursday. So Sam Cosmi is a huge one. I think he was put on the COVID list. William Jackson, 2 days in a row. We're probably not going to see him on Sunday, right?
And Montez
Montez
Sweat's
Sweat.
brother passed away. They found him
Yes.
murdered,
So
right?
I guess down near
Oh
Henrico County,
man,
Virginia, which is near Richmond, which if you've been, down that area, it's right near the Richmond International Raceway for all you NASCAR fans. I've been going there for years.
this team has more shit to deal with,
Dude,
and I mean,
when it rained, it pours,
that's it's
man.
small in comparison to what Montez and his family is going through. Man, rest in
Man,
peace to your brother,
that's
man. I hope
crazy.
everything's cool with that. But
Yeah, straight up. Prayers out to
you add
Montez.
that, and with Everett losing his friend in a car wreck, and with the injuries he has, they're saying they're not obviously life or career threatening, but they
Right.
are threatening enough where he can't play. So
Yep.
obviously it's serious enough. Antonio Gibson's toe and hip, uh, Samuel's fucked up hamstring. It's a lot of things that this team is, and not to mention this. Obviously coach is probably still bouncing back from cancer, and then you deal with the allegations against the football team, and then the name change. Man, it's been a rough 2021 for Washington. Man, I would hopefully 22 brings better fortune.
It just
'Cause,
keeps on going. It just keeps on going.
man,
So
man,
that's Montez Sweat. Sadiq Charles, limited. We need him to go. Hopefully, Brandon Sheriff will be back. I haven't seen anything about him being messed up.
be
Gibson,
nice to have the all-star player on the team to play a game. How that
yeah,
happened, I don't know either. We didn't talk about that either. How did that happen? Like I love that Brandon Sheriff made the All-Star game or made the All-Star team, whatever that's called now.
Pro
But
Bowl.
Pro Bowl, yeah, I'm happy for him. But geez, man, I mean, I honestly feel like just watching my eyes outside the last two games by Flowers, I think he's played better. I think that honestly, Wesley, what's his name, Schweitzer.
Schweitzer.
I think he's played as good
Yeah.
this year. You know what I'm saying? I'm obviously the sum of his career. Obviously, Sheriff's been a pretty good player. He's a good player
Yeah.
now, but I didn't see
Yeah.
Pro Bowl. And he's been
I
in and
did.
out of the
You know
lineup.
what? And I love Brandon Sheriff, and I'm with you on all the advanced metrics. He's very high up on the PFF stuff, but that pick for him being in the Pro Bowl did not pass the smell test or the eye test for that matter.
I felt like that. I wouldn't be surprised if Flowers made it this year. That's how I
Yeah.
felt. I wouldn't be surprised if he made it. I didn't think Sheriff would make it, but I get it. I mean,
The fan voting, you know
glad.
how it goes. It's a third fan voting, for third players voting, and a third coaches voting. So that must have been between. I don't know how much Washington football on social media is getting it, but fans and coaches must know that he's tough to play against. But the problem is, the best ability is availability.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just glad we don't see him on this page right here.
Right. Yeah.
Gibson.
Give him that one.
Yes. Gibson. Hip. Is it going to be the Jarrett Patterson show? I don't know. Didn't play. Normally, if you don't practice Thursday, your chances diminish tremendously of playing Sunday. Right? Because Thursday is the first day of the major or the major walkthrough, and Friday is usually the walkthrough. So
What's going on with William Jackson's calf, man?
I don't know, man. And then Curtis Samuel, I did see different tweets in the social media that he was out there practicing, so that's good. James Smith-Williams, limited. I mean, with Montez being out, he's probably not going to play. So
Right.
you need all the defensive people you can.
Montez might be out for personal reasons. When I'm not gonna put that against him.
Yeah. And then Taylor's full practice. So I'm guessing he's going to get the helm unless we see that. Aaron Scherer says Gibson is glass. He also says Samuel can pack up and leave.
Like,
and he's only on year one, man. I think it's
I don't see why you want to say that who'd say his glass was Samuel
Gibson.
Gibson. I don't think Gibson is glass because he still plays. It isn't like he's like not coming to the game. He still plays. So
Yep. Shotguns. Welcome, bro. Welcome. We were just talking about your Green Bay Packers fighting for the first number 1 seed, battling out with Dallas, man.
We need y'all to win.
Yeah,
win
we need
out.
y'all to win. I actually real quick. Let's look at what does Green Bay have to do to
Dallas has to win. I think Dallas is in control, right?
No. I just want to see what is Green Bay's remaining schedule look like to see if they really gonna. Remember, they hold the number 1 seat. They have Minnesota and Detroit. So in theory, they should beat both of those
Minnesota's a rough
teams.
out though.
Minnesota, it's a 7-point spread, so it looks
Yeah,
like they
Minnesota's a
are
rough
on
out.
tap. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. Let's see who else is in the chat here. Marcus, yeah, Happy New Year, bro. Thanks for joining us. Tomorrow's New Year's Eve. Hope everyone gets a fun and joyful New Year's Eve
Hey, Marcus,
celebration.
did you see Louisville losing to Air Force in football? Fucking, I didn't
Man,
even know they was playing. That's how much I care. I had no idea they were playing. My boy Kool-Aid hit me up, and Shotguns hit me up, texted me, and they was laughing. And I was like, I didn't even know they played. I still didn't watch none of the game. I watched the highlights on Bleacher Report.
you don't want to
But
watch your boy, who's the quarterback
Cunningham's a
there?
one man team. Yeah,
Malik Cunningham.
he's a one man team though. He's
Yeah.
alone, literally alone.
I think
But
Aaron Scher agrees with you that Flowers is our best lineman as of
yeah,
late.
this year I'm not
Yeah.
going front. I mean, I think that your boy from the Bears, whatever,
Charles Leno.
Charles Leno,
Yeah.
honestly,
Number
because
2.
I think his job at left tackle is harder. So I give him the
Except for
benefit
last
of the
game,
doubt.
he got beat up pretty bad.
Yeah, him and Flowers got beat up pretty bad. That's why I
Yeah.
said that whole side got ate up. But I mean, when you're playing in and out with your guard and the other guard and your center out, I mean, there's a lot of calls that it takes a lot to become a good cohesive unit on the line.
It does.
Availability is part of that.
Leno was a great pickup, man. People had him
Yeah,
washed up. I mean, not only that, but what he does in the community, he's doing all kinds
yeah.
of crazy good stuff in the community, which is pretty awesome. Ref the district, my brothers Trev, Nathan, and Stoner. Hey, if you haven't already followed them, go follow Ref the District on YouTube and Twitter. They say, "What up,
Yeah.
Watch Football Addicts? Our favorite podcast, not called Ref the District." I respect that. That's cool. Marcus says Schweitzer is just as good as a pro sheriff.
Yeah, we were just
he's
talking
a
about that,
freaking
man.
man,
I
dude.
think West. I felt like when I watched the games that West played as good as
Yeah.
any other guard that we had, and I feel the same way about Flowers. I didn't feel like Sheriff stood out.
Yeah.
So,
And Marcus just said William Jackson IR. I did not see that.
I didn't see that either.
So they shut him down for the rest of the year? Is that it?
Well, fuck it. Let's lose out respectively, and let's get your boy out of Liberty.
Yeah. Yeah. Aaron Scher says Green Bay has it. Shy Guns, the resident Green Bay Packer fan, friend of the show, though. We love you, bro. Says we're not losing twice to Minnesota. Plus, we have Detroit, too. So, yeah, man. Went out. Don't give Dallas that. Don't do anything that benefits Dallas. I don't care what it is.
Detroit don't won what 3 of their last 5 or something.
Dude, what's up with Detroit?
So, I don't know Detroit's record, but it seems like they either been winning or in the all these games at the very end the last couple of weeks.
Messing up the Vegas pools, man. They are.
Right.
They are killing. I'm in a pick'em league, and they are just killing me. Pick them in the spread. So I got to
fire their coach and go backwards 5 steps after the season, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Aaron was saying, did you see the Tennessee and Purdue game? Shit was crazy. I didn't see it, but everyone was talking about it. Rob was talking about it. I didn't see the Tennessee and Purdue game. So I heard there was some stuff with the refs. I heard it was pretty crazy. I don't know exactly what happened.
I was watching Boba Fett on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I heard the new series is out now. But let's roll on to the Eagles. Look at their injury report. So as of right now, they're looking pretty good. So here's their injury report. So Fletcher Cox just getting some veteran rest. Jordan Howard, he is limited. I think what's his name? They're the number 20. Who's the other guy?
Miles Sanders
is out. Which is good news for us. They put him on the IR. Jason Kelsey just getting that veteran rest. Miles Sanders, DNP. So it's going to be Howard, it's going to be Gainwell, and it's going to be Boston Scott. And then they're going to run it down our throat again. That's exactly what this team does. That's what their offense is built around. So yeah. Rep the District says Jackson is not on the IR, just not practicing. So we scrolled up here. It says calf DNP. So hopefully, that's I didn't know that. Marcus said IR. So good. We really know the help we can get. I don't want to see any more. Who was our corners out there outside of Fuller, man, struggling?
And Jackson. I know a lot of people gave him a lot of grief early in the season, but the last few weeks he played, he hasn't been bad.
Yeah,
I don't mind him. He don't blow coverages like McCain twice a game.
Bobby McCain. Hold on. What's Bobby McCain's real position? Is he a free safety? or
Yeah.
corner. He's a free safety. He reminds me a lot of
Apke.
no, I'm trying to remember his name. He has a very if you remember EJ Biggers, the dude was bad. He was a corner. I don't want to compare a corner to a free
Oh yeah, I
safety,
do
but
remember that dude. I do remember
EJ
that dude. I
Biggers
do
was
remember that dude.
so bad. But I feel he was on that team during that window of like Jay Gruden, end of Shanahan, where the roster was just a bunch of, especially on defense, no one gave a shit about the defense. He was just kind of lingering on there on that side of the ball, and it was so bad. We went through a lot of bad cornerback. We could do a show on all the bad cornerbacks we've ever had one day if you think about it. We really could.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Aaron says Jackson's been a bust into the last few weeks. I don't know, man. He to his credit, the same way with Josh Norman, Jackson is not a zone corner.
Right.
Whereas if you remember Norman was a zone corner, but we ran a lot of man under Joe Barry and who was the other Greg Winuski.
Yeah.
But under Jack Del Rio, we've been running a shit ton of zone, not a whole lot of man. So yes, he hasn't been too well, but he's playing out of position. If you think
Yeah.
about it, right?
I think he played pretty well the last few
He's
weeks. I
been
mean,
okay. He's been okay.
as corners go.
He has been okay. So a little bit of drama this week. It just can't be a week without something. As you guys know, Daron Payne and John Allen had a little falling out on the sidelines. If you could read, if you're a ventriloquist, if you can read lips, John Allen called him a bitch ass. Daron Payne put a finger in his face. Allen got up, threw a right cross. It didn't connect with Payne. They move on to halftime. John Allen comes out of halftime with a bloody right ear. I don't know what happened. Someone in our feed last live stream said they handled it in the locker room, whatever that means. Did they throw down? Did they just handle business like grown men used to do in the back in the day? I don't know. After the game, Allen said, "Yep, we're grown men. We take responsibility for our actions. It is what it is. You know, did you see us out there? We look really bad." Payne was like, "We're like brothers. We fight. We get over it." But then Payne, I want to say today's Thursday. I want to say on Tuesday night, or was it Wednesday? He proceeds to delete all of his Washington football related content off of his Instagram. Call it petty, call it not petty. A lot of players do it when they're, if you've noticed, before they transition to leave a team, they tend to do that. And with Payne, he is on his 4th year. He's a first round pick. They haven't picked up his 5th-year tender yet, right? If I'm not mistaken, please correct me if I'm wrong. They haven't picked up his fifth year tender. I'm gonna look that up while we're talking. So that means the door is open next year for him to be here, him to be gone. And so it's not a big deal, but it's kind of a big deal. Read into it what you know. We're fans, right? This is what we do. We read into stupid shit that our players do because we don't know no better. But let's just talk about some scenarios with Daron Payne. He deletes all his watch football content. He's not under contract technically next year, which means the door is open for him to go elsewhere, right? Mm-hmm. If the team was smart, they would sign his 5th-year tender. And if it's really not going to work, you trade him. Get something for him. It doesn't get a 4th-round pick. It doesn't matter. Get something for nothing. If he's already going to leave, Bruce Allen's not here anymore. We're long gone to the days of we could have had, a 1st-round pick for Trent Williams. Get something for this dude. If he doesn't want to be in DC, sign the 5th-round tender and sign and trade. Leave, let him go. I love Daron Payne, but Dev, I'll tell you right now, was ironic earlier on the local news. I think it was I was watching ABC 7, which is our local news here. Or was it NBC 4? I can't remember. Either way, there was a spotlight on Tim Settle. A local spotlight on Tim Settle. So I don't know if we're going to start seeing a lot of John Allen and Tim Settle. It was really weird. I'm like, why is the local news doing a full Washington
and it's
football
also weird
spotlight?
that he hasn't been playing. There's games where he played like 2 snaps.
Yeah.
There's also games where he was inactive and wasn't sick.
Yeah.
So like 2 weeks ago. So it's kind of weird. Like I wonder why. Then you see there's games where he's in at defensive end before. Like it's a
Yeah.
weird usage of Tim Settle. I know that there's a lot of people who believe, include myself, that think that he could start on a few teams in this league. You know what I'm saying? As
Absolutely.
well as obviously Ioannidis.
Of course,
But
the Washington media has conspiracy theories that maybe he's pissed somebody off on the coaching staff.
I've
I
heard
don't
that
know.
one. I've heard that they're holding him back so no one else sees tape
Yeah,
because they plan on getting him back for cheaper. I don't know. I've heard all this stuff, but I like Tim Settles. I've always been a Tim Settles fan. I liked him when we drafted him,
yeah.
and hopefully that works out.
Marcus says, Jack Del Rio scheme is a failure. I've seen Louisville lose, and Satterfield is
Satterfield
terrible.
is shit juice, boy.
There you go.
Satterfield is shit juice.
So who is
I've
Satterfield?
never liked him. He's a coach at Louisville. He's
Oh,
terrible,
okay.
man. He's a good offensive coordinator, but he's a
Yeah,
terrible coach. He's really terrible. I don't
yeah,
know who I want gone first, him or Mac for basketball. Both of them got to go,
yeah.
if you ask me.
Yeah, Marcus is with me. Pick up the 5th-year option, man. You got to pick it up. I mean, for one, I don't know what it elevates to. Those 5th-year tenders tend to elevate for the first round picks, but pick up the 5th-year salary so at least you can control where he goes and let him pick his team, but at least you can get something in return. That's
Yeah,
all I'm saying.
gotta do it.
You got to get something. Doesn't matter what it is. I don't care. Get something. Daron Payne. I mean, what is Daron Payne actually worth? Think about it. What is Daron Payne's true value on the market?
We're finna find out.
I know, but what kind of pick? What just based off what you know about Daron Payne, how good he is right now? I would say he's worth a 2nd or 3rd round pick.
Yeah.
Right? You think he's up? Has he played that level of quality of football?
No Pro Bowls, man. What do you? I
No
mean,
Pro Bowls. That's true, but he's a disruptor. There's a lot of talent back there. I'd say a 2nd round pick. We get a 2nd round pick for
is
Daron
a second
Allen.
round pick a Pro Bowler to you?
No way. I mean, it depends. Maybe. I'd be happy with a 3rd round pick. Oh, they did pick up his option. Hold on, Marcus. He's telling me that they did pick up his option. Well, if they did, I apologize. So either way, they must control his destiny. Then we'll have to check that out. But okay, well that's Daron Payne. But just think about. Let me ask you a question, bro. If John Allen had actually connected with that right cross in the jaw, in the nose, and it did some damage, either a bloody nose, he laid him out. Can you imagine where we would be right now? That punch did not connect. He threw a punch. What if it connected?
It would be rough if they're connected. It'd be like what's his name that used to coach Rudy Tomjanovich when he got punched.
Yeah.
Man,
Dude, if he had
it'd have been
connected,
rough.
we would be having a whole nother conversation.
That's
This
like if
whole
Shaq had to connect with Charles Barkley at times.
yeah, that's right. This whole we're just brothers. We're just they fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nothing really happened because just when he threw the punch, you saw it on the sideline. Daron Payne looked like he was about to explode. That inner rage just
Yeah.
ready to blow up, man.
He's
I
about to
don't
go
know.
Super Saiyan out there, man.
Yes, Super Saiyan. Yeah, you ever seen that YouTube video of that dude named Jalen Super Saiyan?
Nah.
No, I gotta send it to you after this. There's this cat who it's so old, but it's a classic movie. I mean, a classic YouTube video. This kid, he's like, watch me as I go Super Saiyan. I'm gonna try to make my first attempt at going Super Saiyan. And he really thinks he does. It's really funny, dude. It's really funny. I will send it to you eventually. It's pretty good. But I'm trying to pull up the odds here. Yahoo Sports has it as Philadelphia -3. I'm going to mybookie.com right now to see what they are laying on the Washington football team. So Washington right now, it for my bookie has -3 also. They're calling this game a pick 'em. That's crazy.
Man, I'm telling you.
That's insane. I don't understand that. Do they really think Washington has a basically this is 0 points? You always get 3 points for being home team, and they're giving Philly a 3-point advantage. So I don't know, man.
Man, I guess they feel like Miles Sanders is good for about 3 more points.
I mean, having all those people back, are we really going to be that much better? No
Will
Montez
be
Sweat.
well. They won by about 7 points or something like that,
Yeah.
and we didn't have anyone. And that, I guess is what they're looking at now, that they have a little less than they had the first time. We have more than we had the first time. Maybe maybe that's what
If
the way they
we
look at it.
win, we will be. Hold on, is Philly 8-7 or
They're
seven
8 and
and
7, I think.
eight? They're 8-7. I was gonna say if Philly win, yeah, they're 8-7. We could have JC back on and be like, dude, what are y'all doing, man?
I fucks
Oh
with
my
JC. JC,
gosh.
shout out to JC, man.
JC Eagles talk, man. He was just on Ref the District the other day doing a preview with them, man. Love that dude. So Dev, let's talk about this. So what does the Washington football team have to do to win this game, man?
Stay 6 feet apart from the teammates for the most part. Um, Quarantine. You know, what did Trump say? Find a way to put bleach up your asshole or some shit. I don't know
Yeah,
what you have
drink
to do.
bleach.
Yeah, drink bleach. Yeah, that shit.
Yeah, or some
But
Basil Hayden
is that
bourbon.
good?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not the rye. This is a Christmas gift from my father-in-law. Thank you, Joe. Love you. This is just a Kentucky bourbon. It's not the rye. The rye is really good. This is get really good too, but the rye, Basil
I need to
Hayden,
get my bourbon game up. I feel ashamed that you know
bro.
way more about bourbon than me, and I'm in Kentucky.
I don't even know that much, dude. I
I've
just
actually
started
walked the
dabbling for the
bourbon
last 2 years.
trail. I've actually been, bourbon tasting before, and I still know very little to nothing. I just know if it tastes good or it don't.
Yeah, that's true. I have a
Yeah.
good friend at work who really schools me on bourbon and the different casks and the different barrels and the finishes,
I
and
kind of know about the barrels a little bit.
it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. One of my favorite personal favorites called Jefferson's Ocean,
Heard
where
that
they
one.
take the bourbon and they sail it around the world, different locations, and each location has a different number. And like Voyage 23 was in the Caribbean, Voyage 19 was in, the West Pacific, or
It just, it
it's
just, it
just
just
cool,
ride, it
man.
just rides shotgun, and that's all it has to do to make it
I
special.
honestly don't know how it goes. I just know that I buy it when it comes out and it's good.
It seems
I
kind of,
don't
that seems like weird. Like I could just take a GI Joe and ship it to every country and bring it back. It's GI Joe's been to like Cuba, Mexico, South
Yeah, but you're
America.
drinking this. It's supposed to have hints of the salt in the air in that area, and I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Whoa, man.
Marcus says we should start Kyle Allen, run the ball, and stop the run. I would love to see Kyle Allen for the rest of the year. Dev, I think you want to see Taylor Heineke
Yeah, I mean,
become
the
a
only
star.
reason though is because Kyle Allen's not under contract next year. The other guy
True.
is, and
Very
I'm
true.
like, I feel like they're going to use Heineke to groom the next guy in. And if you bring it, let's say Kyle Allen comes in and he plays as good as Heineke played when Heineke was playing well.
Yeah.
Let's say that happens, and then you're like, well, which one's going to be the guy until the new quarterback comes? You're almost in the same dilemma. I say just let Kyle Allen go. And
Yeah.
use him as
That's a good
emergency.
point. That is a
I
good
don't
point.
see the point in that. I mean, I would feel like if they were both on the contract, I would do it. But if not,
Yeah, to me though, every time Kyle Allen gets that spot couple play, I just feel like the offense moves better. And it could just be that we just been in awful positions when we see him come in the game
and yeah, and
and
also the other teams kind of
take
like
their
fuck it
starters
at this
out.
point, right?
Yeah. And that could be the case. And that's very true. And
I
I don't want to
also I
deny
also
that.
feel like that last game, the game before that when Carolina played and we had the ball to win the game, I felt like that situation Heineke would have been better in. But because we've seen it, we've seen the guy come through at least in clutch situations.
Yeah.
So I who knows, man. I don't think they're that different as far as skill wise for me to that's gonna make our bottom line look any different. So I feel like I'll take my chances with the guy we're gonna have to deal with again next year. Not that we can't have Allen back, but we have to bring Heineke back. He's under contract. So
He will be back, yeah, and
right,
I think
so
this year he's probably gonna max out his, escalators. Remember he had all those
right,
escalators
right.
when we signed him? Everyone was like, "Oh my god, we signed him." Well, no, you signed him for, like,
Dirt cheap.
$250,000,
Yeah.
and then if you play this, you get this, and I think he's gonna max everything, which is great for him. Congratulations, bro. Go get yours.
Right.
Go
I
get your
won't be mad if
escalator.
we lose this game though, and Allen this quarterback in the last game. I won't be mad at that. I won't be mad either way it goes. I just don't see the point. Like
Yeah.
I don't see the point unless he's like playing horrible and you take him out like you did the last game. I get that, but I don't see
Yeah.
the point in not starting. Don't carry the way though.
But I think it's hard because you haven't seen Kyle Allen since his injury.
But you've seen him for 3 or 4 years enough to know you didn't want to sign him to more than just a year contract. Whereas you signed the other guy to more than 1 year contract.
That because I think he got injured. I mean, you traded a 5th round pick for this dude.
I mean, I don't
And
know.
then he was on his way. You know, we had Alex and Dwayne. Man,
Josh
2020 seems so far away.
Allen has been healthy for about 6-7 weeks now, not counting
Oh,
COVID.
I know.
So and they haven't played him yet.
But you also got to remember we were on a 4-game winning streak.
Right. All of a sudden we lose, you want to take him out. It doesn't make
Yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense. It
for
does.
2 bad
It goes back
games.
to the point of you can't have a quarterback that are just like this, bro.
Right.
You can't. You just
But
can't.
what I'm saying is just like it's just ignorant because we never say this about anyone else. Like about any other position or anything, but the quarterback plays bad 2 or 3 games straight. It's like getting the fuck out of there. And it wouldn't matter who it is either, because I've seen RG3 come here and do that. They like getting the fuck out of here. I've seen Kirk Cousins do it and come in here and say getting the fuck out. Hell, we've seen Doug Williams fucking do it. 2 or 3 games, get him the fuck out. And that's just Washington. So I'm not sure if anyone
Yes, but I will
here.
tell you, in every one of those situations, you had 2 guys they're like
Right.
this.
That's true. That is true.
Every
That is true.
situation, Doug.
Like I
Jay,
wonder if they were to get Aaron Rodgers here next year and he had like 2 or
dude,
3 bad games,
no
would they say
question,
get him the fuck
no
out of here
question.
though? Like
He
if
can go 0-16.
honestly, if Heineke was backing up Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Rodgers had 2 bad games in a row where we just look horrible, you don't think there are people in this organization that would say,
You know
Heineke,
what?
Heineke in?
If they did, I would have to reevaluate the knowledge of this fan base.
Man, I'm telling you, man. They could have Jesus Christ at quarterback. They would still be asking for Noah if Jesus let him down once or twice. Not that Jesus ever will let you down once or twice. He probably would if he was a Washington football quarterback, though. He'd
Yeah.
probably
Hey,
find
but
a
he's just
way.
making you stronger to teach you life lessons
Right,
to make
right,
you a better
yeah,
person.
yeah.
Hey, Marcus says Allen fumbles the ball, but I want the best bridge quarterback. Malik Willis is who I want.
Yeah, I would love Malik
Liberty
Willis, man.
University,
I
stand
would love
up.
Malik Willis because I think we need a quarterback that can win a game without anybody else helping them. I think we need a Lamar Jackson versus
So
Herbert.
I agree. And when a rookie quarterback comes in, we've talked about this in the past, rookie quarterback comes in, having mobility is huge, right? When you're learning a system, because it gives you the ability to extend plays and just make plays. If you're a statue back there, like a Peyton Manning or a true pocket passer, when you're learning the game, if you can't get people open or understand the playbook, you're taking a sack or throwing the ball away. At least if you're mobile, you can get some positive yardage. Look at Pat Mahomes. Look at Deshaun Watson.
And they have to play you a lot different.
You do. They do. They have to. Jalen Hurts. You have to
Jalen
prepare
Hurts is
for
not
them as
even
a
a good
runner.
quarterback. I'm being real honest. Jalen Hurts is a very average to below average passing quarterback. But because his legs are so lethal that you're so scared, you have to play him like a college quarterback.
You do.
You can't even play him with professional defenses because he'll shred that. So you're going to have to pay him like a college quarterback, and he's going to be left with a lot of one-on-ones and a lot of room for your defense to make mistakes. And that's what he capitalizes on. And that's what the same thing with Lamar Jackson, man. Lamar Jackson is like an average quarterback, if that sometimes, man.
Yeah.
Just face it. He's my favorite player, but he's basically an average quarterback, but he's an above average athlete.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? He's probably the best athlete, I think.
And you have to take that into account because you have to leave a spy.
Yeah.
You got to leave a linebacker that follows, and that messes up your defense.
Line
right?
has to be very disciplined, which ours isn't.
Yes, you can't over pursue on the edges, right? So absolutely. That's why it's kind of an X factor if you can have some ability. So I'd be down.
Linebackers can't peek in the backfield because the guy run behind them. It's a whole lot of stuff you have to deal with, and that's what we need. That's why I want Willis, man. I want Willis.
Yeah.
Personally.
Because I mean, of course, you're gonna have the Bradys, the Rodgers, you're gonna have the purists of the position, which is in this day and age, I want to say it's almost becoming
like a dinosaur.
Yeah. And the newer age quarterback is mobile. If you think about it, Mahomes, Allen, Jackson, these guys they can move, right?
Right.
I think that's the way it's going. They can run and they can throw. Where previously,
what I'm afraid with Willis, if we get him though, is that what we were talking about earlier. It's just he's too raw of a quarterback to survive here. I almost feel that way because they're not going to give him 3, 4 years. They're not going to give him like Josh Allen, man. I mean, the Buffalo guy, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Allen. If the first 1 year or two he was there, they was getting ready to get him up through, man. They
yeah.
was
They
like,
stuck with
I don't
him.
know about this guy.
They stuck
You know what
with
I'm
him.
saying? I don't know about this guy, man. And then
It
all of a
wasn't until
sudden
the end of year
he got some
2.
all pro receivers.
Yeah,
And he got some all pro receivers, and then he looked completely different.
yeah,
And I'm wondering, man, if Washington got a few dominant receivers. Not that McLaurin isn't a dominant receiver because he is a very, very, very good receiver. But let's be real honest, man. He's not Diggs, in my
no,
opinion.
no,
I
he's not.
and I'm not dissing on McLaurin. I love McLaurin,
No,
but he's
I,
not
I, I
he's
agree.
not
I agree.
he's not Hopkins. You know what I'm saying? He's not the dude in Green Bay. Devontae. He's not one of those guys yet.
Yeah,
And to be real honest, those guys were already those guys at this point in their career.
yeah,
So let's just be honest. If Heineke had one of those, maybe he looks different. And
yeah.
I would be willing to say that if you got a Willis or somebody and one of those guys on the team, who knows, man? I like to see what McLaurin does with Willis.
So yesterday, Ref the District had a really good question on Twitter. They basically said, would you trade Terry McLaurin for as part of a package to get Rodgers or another franchise or Watson?
I would do it 9 times out of 9, 10
I
times out of
would
10,
too. I
100
would
times out of
too.
100.
But you'd be shocked to see how many people were so faithful to Terry. I'm like, bro, you do that 11 times out of 10. It's
And
business.
Terry would trade himself for all pro, all time
Dude,
Hall of Fame type
you
caliber
gotta do
quarterback.
it. You gotta do it. You do that
The only
without
the only
question.
hold the only hesitance I would have is Aaron Rodgers is old.
Yes, he
But
is.
now if you told me it was like Jackson or Allen or Herbert or one of them, I'd be like, it's easy. It wouldn't even it would be an easy question.
Yeah.
The only consideration I would have is injury history and how long will A-Rod want to play. But all things equal, shit,
Well, put it in this light. Would you put Terry in a package for Deshaun Watson?
yes,
Yeah, I
100
would
times
too.
out of 100.
I would
Anyone
too.
on this team can go for him, man.
Yeah, I would too.
I mean, honestly, I don't know why they haven't put a package together with Brandon Sheriff and that dude. It's an all pro.
It's too. I think the sheriff ship has sailed. If we had to do it, we should have did it last season when he had that, because we've already have we franchised him twice?
I don't understand it. Like, I still can't understand why no one's traded for that guy when it seems like the world, even the news, has said it's just a civil suit. He's not going to jail.
Oh, you mean Deshaun
Like,
Watson, not Brandon Sheriff?
yeah,
Deshaun
yeah,
Watson. Oh, yeah.
I can't
Yeah,
figure
I don't
out
know.
why. I would throw 3 at him in a heartbeat. Yeah, you can have
Yeah.
3 first. I'm sorry. I would say it. I would just do it, man. I don't know why Miami doesn't do it. They got 3 first next year.
Yeah. Marcus said Watson. I don't know. The Houston police is still investigating him. Yeah. I don't think we did a mini resolution on his
I don't think the police
legal
is
stuff.
investigating him at all, Marcus. I think they're not. I think lawyers are investigating them for a civil
For a
suit.
civil
I think
suit,
that's
not a
getting
criminal suit.
ready to close down right. I don't think that the police is investigating him at all. Now, when he comes here, he might have 18 more charges the next day. That's what you got to worry about.
Because that's what happens
Right.
in DC.
That's
Well, let's
what you
get
gotta
back to
worry about.
the root of the question. What do we got to do to win this game?
Be healthy.
Healthy.
Play football and run the ball. Don't turn it over. That's always what I say. Don't turn it over.
Yeah. I think we need to get back to balanced football. And when we're balanced, we can play well, because this team is not built to play from behind.
It is
We
not.
know that. Look what happens when we play from behind. Look at Dallas. We got behind 14-0 and all hell broke loose.
Right.
We ain't built like that.
We're
I'm
not.
sorry. Neither is Taylor. Taylor's not that dude. He is not that guy. I don't care what anyone says. Taylor's not that guy to
give
get you
Taylor-
down from a 30-point deficit.
I give Taylor credit, man. I always have.
Yeah.
He's won all the games that we have won. Basically, it's been because of him.
I 100% agree.
But
But it's been situations where we needed a score.
Yeah.
Not 5 scores.
Right.
It's not his fault. This team just isn't built that way.
Right.
We have one wide receiver worth a damn. The rest are just okay guys, right? They're
I
just
mean,
guys on another team.
I think that Thomas can be a special kind of guy, but he's not available. So
I
ever
I agree. I think Logan
this
Thomas
year,
could be a special guy too. Once again, another weapon that he just doesn't have, which
right?
sucks
I think
when you're
Samuel's
trying
a
to
special
evaluate a
guy, not
quarterback.
available.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Yeah, it's very sad. So yes, you think we need to be healthy and not turn the ball over. Just think we need to be balanced. And it feeds off yours turning the ball over is we can't get behind more than a score. Not a field goal, but like field goal touchdown, like 10 points. You can't get behind more than 2 touchdowns, or else we know this. Scott Turner just freaking panics and it goes to shit. So we've already seen these guys once, right? We know Miles Sanders is not available. Everyone else seems to be pretty much available. Who should the Washington football team pay attention to come Sunday?
Jalen Hurts, easy.
Jalen Hurts. Okay. I agree with you. He's tough, man. Like, if we can get all of our linebackers back, Jamin and Cole, at least those two, it really helps the defense because they played him pretty well a couple weeks ago. To me, the person we really need to pay attention to is kind of obscure. Jordan Mailata, that left tackle they have, the dude 6'8", 345. That dude is a monster. And Montez Sweat is out. He's probably going to be out. I don't know who's going to be lining up on that left side of the line.
He played pretty bad against us last time. He was basically the reason we came back.
Mailata?
Didn't he get a bunch of holding
No.
calls or something?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but he was manhandling his guys though. That dude is just a monster. They're okay. Their offensive line. Let me put it this way. Their offensive line is really good. It kind of reminds me of it's not our offensive line from 2012, but the result has been what our rushing attack was in 2012 with Robert and Alfred Morris.
Right.
Those
They
guys
do
are
run
just
the ball
making
right.
holes. They're just bullying people. They got a big Lane Johnson, Jordan Mailata. What's the other Kelsey guy? Not Travis, Jason Kelsey. They got a really good offensive line. And if there's ever a day where Allen, Payne, and Settle and Ioannidis need to make some noise, this is the day. We haven't. I mean, you don't hear. When do you hear Matt Ioannidis' name?
Got a few sacks.
We just talked about Settle, right? The dude's not getting any playing time. And then, heaven forbid, I don't even know who's playing defensive end these days. Casey Toohill, Smith Williams. You know what I mean?
Either one of those are playing. We have Wiles out there.
Right. Milo Eifler playing linebacker last week, starting because of COVID. I mean, shit. Here we are, man. It's tough. But all good. So I say the offensive line. You say Jalen Hurts. Devontae Smith is really good, although he didn't really do much to us last week, or excuse me, 2 weeks ago. They
He caught
gashed
those.
us if you remember, they ran for over, was it 200 yards on us?
Yeah, and their tight end killed us
Oh, Dallas Goedert.
until he
Yeah.
got hurt.
Well, also because we once again, my biggest fear is tight ends, but we've been playing tight ends pretty well.
Dallas Goedert killed us. I
Dallas
wonder.
Goedert, 7 receptions for 135, no
Right.
touchdowns. And Miles Sanders rushed for 131. That's crazy, dude. Crazy. But we did sack Jalen Hurts 3 times, so anything is possible.
He's gonna give you a few shots, but most of the time, most points, man, they're really running conservative offense. So he's only throwing slants and hitches,
Yeah, and
basically.
then
But
and then
he'll make you fall asleep and then throw you one over the top.
so they don't even run a whole lot. I feel like they don't even run a whole lot of true play action. They're running a lot of that
Zone read
RPO
pass, yeah,
or where RPO screen passes are
yeah,
like it's hard to guard. You know that.
right.
It's hard to guard. So scoring predictions. I we know what we know, right? I would love to see who out in the chat, and if you're listening to this later, post your chat in the YouTube feed and the Facebook feed, wherever you're watching this later, consuming this content later. But Dev, what do you got for a score, man?
I won't say 17-15. No, Oh yeah, 17-15 Eagles. I'm gonna go Eagles on this one, man.
17-15.
Right, because now at this point, I just want my prediction to be right, 7-10. So I'm gonna predict to beat the Giants, obviously. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 17-15 Eagles, even though I always say we win. But I'm gonna go 17-15 Eagles.
Okay.
Oh, Marcus got the Eagles too. See,
Marcus, 24-20 Eagles. Okay, that's fair. I'm going 27-20 Philly. Now, hold on. Let me look. The over-under,
who plays
they're
tonight? Who played tonight?
44 and a half is what they're calling for the over-under. Hold on, I'll get you today's
Who
game
played
right.
tonight?
Let me tell you right now. No games. Everything's been flexed to the weekend. Remember, we're in that point where it's everything is considered technically prime time, so there's no more. Everything's on Saturday and Sunday now. So all the games are the second and the third. No Thursday night football this week, which is crazy. So Marcus is going 27-20. Excuse me, 24-20. I'm going 27-20 Philly. That's what I'm going. That's 47 points. Vegas has him at 44 and a half. So that would put Marcus dead on right at the over under. Dev, that will put you at 32. So you'd be under.
Man,
So
Tress Way is on IR. Just got that news.
he has COVID, right?
Placed on COVID IR.
Placed on COVID. Man, that sucks, dude. Fuck that.
And Sam Cosme.
Cosme as well. Yeah, we talked about that a second ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
But without Tress Way, man, I'm gonna go 27. 27 to 10. Watch Philly.
Man.
There's no way without a punter. Come on, man. Like you're gonna find out how important that role is.
Hey, he puts us in positions to win sometimes. Field position. I got to see who the team. I'm gonna look it up right now. But who are we even signing to
Please be
counteract
Joey
that?
Slide playing both. That'd be funny.
We got to pick up. We had to sign someone, right?
And Kyle Shermer also COVID.
No, we have not signed anybody yet as a backup punter.
This is gonna be funny as hell, man.
Nate, we activated Zach Bailey, Nate Orchard, put Sam Cosme and Kyle Shermer on the COVID list. Cole Holcomb's off the COVID list. Brandon Sheriff's off the COVID list. Activated Tyler Larson. Then they placed him on the injured list. So, man, gonna be scary.
They're giving John Madden a moment of silence. Also, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, shout out to John
bring
Madden.
That up, man. Yeah, shout out to John Madden since '93. Been a fan since 1993/94. Some of my favorite times of the year is John Madden football times.
Boom.
Yeah,
him and Pat Summerall, man. Him and Pat Summerall. They did it right. They were great. Of course, you got to remember the ambulance coming over, running over all the players.
Oh yeah, that's not classic. The ambulance.
You got any other shout outs, man, before we shut this thing down?
Shout out to Phil, who is taking his son to see the Tennessee Titans.
Phil is going to be in not enemy territory, I would say neutral territory, but Tennessee's a great team. So shout out to Phil. Yeah. Anybody else?
That's about it, man.
I'm going to give a shout out to the Miami Dolphins.
Wow.
Because I laid $75 down on the Dolphins on Monday to cover 3 points and go under 37.5. And you know what? They came through and I won $192 because of the Miami Dolphins, man.
I'm always scared to gamble. I gamble, like I do like FanDuel games and stuff like that. But I don't really play. I play like maybe some of those kind of odds, but I don't really play like the straight up gambling on sports.
It's fun. If you do, start small. Picking against the spread is really fun. You have to really do your homework. If you want to start out, go next year, join a Yahoo Sports league, and you can join a pick'em league where you pick winners and losers. That's all you do.
Yeah, but I play that sometimes now.
Yeah, but you probably pick straight up. There's an option to where you can play the spread. So you can pick Washington and they're going to lose, but as long as they finish within the spread, you still win. That's what makes it fun.
I usually bet on horses and I win, and I know absolutely
Do you?
nothing about horses. So I just pick the coolest names. You know what I'm saying? I feel like whenever I ask my girlfriend to play fantasy football, she just picks on the players that have the coolest colors or some shit,
Pick the
or the
funnest name,
prettiest.
right?
Yeah, that's what she does. Ooh, Tom Brady's handsome. Picking him like
Yeah.
he's out. You can see it says out beside his name. She don't care.
No.
Still beats me too.
That's funny how that works sometimes in
It
fantasy.
is. It is.
It happens a lot too, if you think
She
about it.
plays in our league sometimes, man. We don't have no players. She jumps in. She always finishes better than me, by the way.
Does she?
Yeah, she usually uses the guru or whatever,
Yeah, the guru picker. Yeah.
but sometimes she doesn't. She just goes around and I told her how to know which ones are out and which ones aren't playing or whatever.
Yeah.
Other than that, she does everything by herself.
And shout out to Marcus. Marcus has been our old faithful here tonight, man. Marcus Idlin, thank you for sticking with us the whole time, brother. Yeah, happy safe New Year to you, man. We'll see you Sunday at the pregame show, 12:30. For those
Yeah,
who are
Hell
listening
and
on
L1C4.
Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, man, we will be out there. We'll go live 12:30 just to get a little bit last minute chat, see what happens between now and then with regards to anyone on the COVID list, coming off the COVID list. We're going to be looking to see if they've signed a punter. We're going to see if there's any more John Allen, Daron Payne drama. And we'll see if there's any more drama surrounding how many are in attendance at FedEx Field on Sunday, because I got a feeling it's going to be something. I got a feeling there's not going to be a lot of Washington football fans there, just because we know how it is at FedEx Field. It's probably going to be a sea of green, which
Joe Gibbs is it's gonna be there, right?
he was, but then I also read that he wasn't coming because of COVID concerns. So I don't know if that's still on or not. I honestly don't know. It was on and was off. I don't know if it's still on or not. So
Dude, let's see if we can get Joe Gibbs on the podcast, bro.
yeah. 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 No chance he comes on here. But hey, it was good kicking with you guys. As always, we appreciate this. You can go listen to us on any major podcast platform, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you get your major audio podcast feeds, also on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. If you haven't done so, please go join the Facebook group. We're sitting about 6,900 members. We're constantly growing every day. And if you also haven't done so, please go to the YouTube page for Washington Football Addicts, like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. That way you know when we go live. We try to schedule it on Thursday nights and then Sunday before pregame, and then usually Monday or Tuesday nights for the postgame wrap-up. So if you haven't already done so, please go subscribe to the YouTube channel. That would be, we'd be most graceful and gracious if you did that for us. So that being said, Dev, let's shut this down and we'll see you on Sunday.
Follow me on Twitter. I'm cool.
Yes. Follow him on Sunday. Oh, look who showed up to the show.
Stranger Danger.
Big Professor Phil. Go subscribe.
AKA
right
the
now,
Muscle Hamster.
Yeah. Husky Muscle on IG. Hey, we love you guys. Thank you for watching and tuning in. We'll catch you guys on Sunday at the live stream. And as always, peace and hail. Take care, guys. And we will see you and hopefully have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday with a Washington football victory. Let's go.
Peace. Let's go.